Hello, guys, and welcome to episode number 9 of Gowing Life's Longevity Weekly with me, Chris Kerwin. This will I give you a quick rundown of just some of the amazing work that our researchers have been looking at over the past couple of days. This week, we've got 3 more amazing topics, all from the world of health, wellness, and longevity. So, without further ado, please sit back and enjoy. Now, for our first topic today, we're going to be talking about some news coming out of Singapore. In a world first, the Singaporean Food Agency has just granted approval for the selling of commercial lab-grown meat to the public. Chicken bites are plant-based alternatives to fried chicken, made by Eat Just, a US-based company that specializes in producing suffering-free meat-like food products. The cells that are needed to start off the production process were from a chicken cell bank. These cells are then grown in large quantities in a bioreactor and finally combined with other plant-based ingredients to create the finished product. Now, besides being ethically sound, the manufacturers have stated that scaling up the production of the chicken bites will result in far lower carbon emissions and use much less water and land than conventional meat. Now, Bruce Friedrich, a member of the Good Food Institute in the US, stated that the approval is a very big deal for the future of meat production globally. A new space race for the future of food is underway. For our second topic, we looked at a groundbreaking study from a lab in Harvard. Now, when we're young, our brain cells have some regenerative capabilities, allowing them to recover if they're injured or damaged. But as we get older, these abilities tend to go. An example of this are the retinal ganglion cells, brain cells that are located within the eyes, which connect the rod and cone cells of our eyes to our optic nerve. If these cells are damaged, once they've matured, then they are unable to regenerate and the sight of the individual is lost. Researchers tested the ability of these cells to regenerate if the optic nerve was crushed. The team stimulated the rejuvenation of these cells by introducing epigenetic reprogramming factors, whose discovery was awarded the Nobel Prize in 2012. The results showed that the overexpression of the factors caused regeneration of the ganglion cells, completely reversing the damage caused by the crushing of the optic nerve and restoring the vision of the mice. Importantly, this was not only the case in young mice, which already have some regenerative ability, but also in older mice. Now, the obvious outcome of these results spell out really exciting findings for those that are blind due to retinal damage. But perhaps even more excitingly, and looking at the wider implications, these findings serve as proof of concept of being able to repair aged or damaged brains via various types of genetic reprogramming. Now, for our third and final topic today, we looked at a study that was published in the eLife journal, where scientists treated aged mice with an ISR inhibitor, or ISRIB. This is a drug which prevents the activation of the integrated stress response. This response is a molecular mechanism in the brain which detects the production of faulty proteins, reduces protein synthesis, and which has been implicated in aging. The elderly mice were given ISRIB 3 times a day for a 3-day period, and then underwent some cognitive tests. Now, the older the mouse is, usually the worse they do in these examinations. But the elderly mice that were given the ISRIB treatment actually found to do just as well as the younger mice in these tasks. Just one day after administering a single dose of the drug to these animals, the team discovered that the common signs of age-related degeneration of the neurons disappeared almost overnight. Now, not only did they see such a quick response to the drug, but several weeks later, the same mice were trained to escape from a maze in which the exit was changed on a daily basis. Now, the mice that had received the ISRIB treatment several weeks previous still performed at the same level as the younger mice, compared to the other older mice who weren't given the treatment who continued to struggle. Now, this drug looks so promising that the California life science company, or Calico, backed by its parent company Google, has decided to license the drug and to accelerate it towards human trials along with the University of California. And that is it for episode number 9 of Longevity Weekly. So thank you so much for joining me. If you'd like to find out more about anything that I talked about today, then please go to the Gowing Life website, www.gowinglife.com, where you can also find articles about detoxing, about how space travel might affect our health, and the relationship between inflammation and aging. So go and check it out. Please be sure to like and subscribe this video, and have a great week. Thank you so much.